5 floods in 10 years, and I finally decided that the sump pump, which usually moves this water from the backyard through this little hole right here, was unreliable. There's a tiny little hole that maybe I can zoom in on. There it is. You can see the top part of it. So some of that's coming from a sump pump, but the rest of it's coming from my backyard. And I had to channel all the way out from my backyard. We're in the front yard. This shiny area of sidewalk is where the lion's share of the water is now draining. This is an incline, sort of walking up. And this is the last part of the channel that I've dug. And it looks like it doesn't go anywhere. There's a rose here that I didn't want to hurt. Anyway, it's winter, so you can't see that it's a rose. But obviously that's all covered with mud because I've been working out here. But I loosened a rock, and now the water flows into this little pond, and then it drains into the yard, which is better than what it was doing before, which was flooding. And there's a view of the sidewalk where it drains out from that line and to the left for about 10 feet. All right, this is the directed flow outside of the backyard fence, and it flows in between these steps here into that pool now. And it flows down this. Notice it's not even raining right now. It's barely raining. It's the end of a rain, admittedly, but the rain has stopped, but the flow of that water has not. Here's an area of just like normal pooling in the backyard. It's not even affected by the channel. And we'll see if I can get a better view. That's where the channel exits, where the water exits there. And you can see I've dug that channel pretty deep. Right now the flow is lighter than it has been, and it goes across the backyard here with a daylight basement there. And the real worry is that some winters the water could creep up, but right now it's flowing out there, and there's no lawn because it's clay and there's not a lot of light. So, you know, sacrificing the yardage to dig a trench seemed okay. It's barely raining. You can probably hear it. So just a little rain. Yes, there are 2 parallel lines. It's a work in progress, and sadly the first area of entrance of water that I saw was this one. So I dug this as kind of an L leg here to collect the water that comes under the fence there. And then after I did that, I noticed that there was another pool that wasn't draining here, which is still kind of there. But turns out the big one, which I couldn't see until I pulled back this ivy, was that one. I've dug under the fence there. And I did first give it its own line, but now I have joined those 2 lines because it was going over the bank there and I was having to raise the bank. And that's the channel.